good morning, good evening, whatever time of day you're watching this video, and welcome to the channel again. Today we're talking about indie animation again, but we're not going to be talking about the shows themselves. We're going to be talking about a certain individual within the indie commentary community, if you will. But before I get into that, I just want to say that ever since I uploaded my thank you video, my channel has officially gone up to 55 subscribers. And that was in a span of 5 days as well, which is fucking amazing, actually. I mean, still not really that much to write home about, but it's still pretty good. So again, a quick thank you for 55 subscribers. But now with that out the way, let's get into the topic of the video. So by now you've probably heard of a little animation studio here on YouTube called Glitch Productions. Or just Glitch, whatever you want to call them. But point is, they are an animation studio on YouTube. You probably know them from things like Murder Drones and The Amazing Digital Circus, both of which I have watched, and I love both of the shows to death. And for those who haven't been living under a rock, you'd know that Glitch is now coming out with a new indie show called The Gaslight District, which as of recording this sits at 18 million views and 1 million likes. As of recording this, it has been 3 months since the pilot released, and honestly it has been pretty damn amazing for this little pilot here. People really loved the pilot, I loved the pilot, I love the world, I love the characters. Oh, and a small fun fact in case you didn't know, the voice actress for Sin from Murder Drones is the same voice actress for Mel, the main character of the Gaslight District, which I'm honestly really happy about because I loved Sin from Murder Drones. She's my favourite character. And I can already tell I'm gonna love Mel because, my god, she is crazy and she is absolutely adorable. What? Who said that? But moving on from that, people really seem to love the pilot and wanted more. So, as of 10 days ago, they released a video announcing that Gaslight District has officially been greenlit for a full season, which I'm really happy about personally because I really wanted to see what happened after I was slapped in the face with that fucking cliffhanger. And if this show didn't end up greenlit, I would have been living in constant sorrow for the rest of my life. Like I would have literally been on my deathbed, surrounded by my children and grandchildren, and the only thing would have been on my mind at that point would be, what the hell happened after the cliffhanger, man? But nonetheless, we got a full season in the works, and I'm really looking forward to what Glitch has in store for us. But of course, with every good thing comes the bad, and the bad in this case is obviously haters. Now I just want to clarify, if you don't like Gaslight District, that's fine, that's your opinion. I'm not talking about any of you guys are the normal ones. Now when it comes to fandoms and people disliking the thing that is centered around that fandom, you always get two types of people in that scenario. There's one person who just dislikes that thing because A, it's not really their thing, B, they don't see the appeal, or C, they just don't think it's as good as everyone's making it out to be. Which are all very normal and very valid opinions to have. If you personally don't like it, then that's fine. But then there are those people who dissect the thing and try and break it down and say, oh my god, this is the worst piece of media to ever exist. I don't know why anyone is liking this. The creator of this media should be fucking crucified because it's so goddamn garbage. People that just really find any excuse whatsoever to try and hate on it. And most of them even criticize the fans of that media for liking it as well. Which is just incel behavior on so many levels. Like, how sad does your life have to be that you go out of your way to criticize people online for liking something that you don't personally like. Same goes for the other way around. Like, let's just take a trip into the multiverse for a minute. Let's pretend for a second that Gaslight District was wildly hated. People absolutely hated it, saying it's garbage, terribly written, terribly animated, whatever. And then you go out of your way to dissect and say, oh my god, this is actually the most amazing piece of media to ever exist. I don't know why anyone's hating on it. Honestly, anyone who hates on this show is just fucking media illiterate, mate. They're just very low IQ people. They don't understand the masterpiece that this show really is. Like, if you do any of those things in any of those scenarios, you are just insufferable, my guy. Anyone who's watching this video, please do not be like any of those people that I just mentioned in these examples. But anyway, you get my point. People that do that are insufferable. So today we're talking about a person that is kind of doing something similar to this, except for the attacking people for liking it part, as far as I know. But who is this person we're talking about, you may ask? Well, you'll probably see him in the thumbnail. It is Vanitymoth. Vanitymoth is a YouTuber that talks mainly about indie shows on YouTube, the most prevalent ones being the works of Glitch and Vivzipop. I've actually seen a couple of this guy's videos, and honestly, I quite like his content. I mean, he has made some videos that I definitely agree with, mainly surrounding Hell of a Boss. But there is one problem I have with the guy, and it's his view on the Gaslight District, or more so what he's trying to do with the Gaslight District. But before I get into that, I just want to say, please, for the love of all that is holy, do not go and spread hate to this guy. You can criticize him all you want, but just don't go sending him death threats or anything, or saying his YouTube channel's trash and his mother doesn't love him or whatever. Now, with that being said, let's get into my personal problem with this guy. So, this all started 3 months ago when he announced he wasn't going to watch or review the Gaslight District pilot when it first came out. Which, obviously, that's his choice, that's his opinion. If he doesn't want to do it, he doesn't want to do it. Though there is one part of this post that I found kind of strange, and that is when he said that he thinks people want him to review it under the pretense that he actually likes it and think that it's an absolute masterpiece. Which, to me anyway, is kind of weird, because like, the whole point of a review is to give your honest thoughts on it without the influence of other people telling you how to think. So already that was a bit strange to me, but I didn't really think much of it. I thought he would just leave it at that. But then, 1 month later, for some odd reason, this guy makes this post comparing the Gaslight District pilot to the Murder Drones finale. He said, and I quote, "The Gaslight District pilot has accumulated less views in 1 month than the finale of Murder Drones did, which currently is the 3rd most viewed episode of the series. Historically, the pilot is always the most viewed episode of a show." What the fuck? Okay, Vanitymoth, let's just back up for a minute here. You do realize what you just said here, right? You are quite literally comparing the finale of a show they did to a pilot of a show that is currently in the works. Like, oh wow, what a discovery. The fucking finale of a show they did is more popular and has more views than the pilot of a show that they're currently doing. Like, Vanity, did you proofread that comment at all? Do you not see anything wrong with that at all? But whatever, that was a very stupid take, but surely he's just gonna move on from it and he's gonna go back to his content, and he made another post similar. Alright, let's see what he has to say. The 5th episode of The Amazing Digital Circus has accumulated more views in 1 day than the pilot of Gaslight District has in 2 months. Okay, fool me once, shame on me, fool me twice, shame on you. What the fuck are you doing here, Vanity? Oh, the 5th episode of a show that they've been making long before the Gaslight District has more views and is more popular. Wow, who could have guessed? But whatever, that's just 2 times, it's not that many. Maybe he's finally moved on and gone back to making content. Oh, for fuck's sake, Vanity. Do you believe the Gaslight District would have still been greenlit for a full season without Amazon funding the show's development? Okay, in case you didn't know, yes, Glitch has officially kind of partnered up with Amazon Prime. Now at first glance this question doesn't really seem that bad, but if you take the other posts into consideration, you're probably seeing this in a different light. You're like, what are you trying to imply here, Vanity? Honestly, yes. I mean, it was the pilot was already doing well before they even made the Amazon deal. So yeah, me personally, I have full faith that this would have been greenlit for a full season, even without anything like big corporations. Luckily enough, quite a few people are actually calling him out on this. He's basically trying to bring down the show, or was actually, as a matter of fact, he was trying to bring down the show for some odd reason. I have no idea what the Gaslight District has done to this man, but fucking hell, it must have been diabolical for him to have this much of a hate boner for it. But, moral of the story, please don't be like this guy. Once again, I can understand if he doesn't personally like the show. There's not liking a show and there's just being downright hateful of it. And also, I'm by no means saying that Gaslight District doesn't deserve any criticism whatsoever. One of my problems with it is that it's not explained very well. The whole human among the smiling dead isn't really explained very well. What I mean by that is that it's heavily implied that Mud and Breadhead don't really know that Mel is human. I'm not gonna do a recap here if you want to go watch the episode for yourself to see what I mean. But yeah, I kind of wish we had a little something like that explaining how Mud and Breadhead don't know about Mel being a human. But now that the full season is in production, I trust they're gonna explore that particular plot line. Unless Glitch pulls a Vivzy pop and says, yeah, you know the pilot? Yeah, that's not canon. And when the full season comes out, they just magically know that she's human all of a sudden. That's something I didn't like about Hell of a Boss and Has Been Hotel, and I most certainly won't like it about the Gaslight District, so I hope they don't go around doing that. But anyway guys, I'm gonna end the video off here. I hope you enjoyed. Please tell me your whole thoughts about this guy's, behavior in the comments. If you want more content like this, be sure to drop a like and drop a subscribe. But other than that, yep, that's really all I have to say. So, I'll see ya.